Hello, it is Direct Mail, Monday, December 18th, 2023. Steve Sipress here. A little bit out of the, let's see if I can, good enough. Sharing today on Direct Mail Monday, this piece that I know. Now, I haven't opened it yet, so how do I know this is yet another winner from master marketer Nick James? Well, I kind of just gave it away. Nick James is a master marketer. I have no doubt that there were tremendous lessons to be learned from this piece that just arrived in my mailbox last week, including just starting with the envelope itself. If you want to get your message responded to, of course, people have to see your message. So if you mail it in some kind of plain envelope, a number 10 envelope, or even a big envelope like this might cost, I don't know, a dime, 15 cents maybe. But this type of envelope, the old rapid delivery urgent letter, the old, FedEx, UPS, DHL, USPS, whatever type of, copycat, not exactly copied, because that, of course, would be against regulations, but close enough that it fools people. That kind of a rapid delivery urgent letter with the old immediate action required. These were extremely important documents, extremely important to who? To the person sending them, of course, and hopefully to the person receiving them. But in direct mail world, you know that if we get a 1% response, we make a boatload of money. So even if this is not seen as extremely important to 99% of the recipients, it is a massive big winner. And that's one of the things that makes direct mail still the biggest bang for the buck in all of marketing. Hopefully you're using it for your small business. So hopefully you're using it as well as this. Like I said, an envelope this side, I don't know, costs 10, 15 cents. But this one you can get them for about 50 cents. That's it, folks. So isn't it worth an extra 35 cents? I mean, you're already putting in the U.S. 66 cents postage just to mail a first-class letter, and that's going up, by the way, in about a little over a month from now, in January next year. It's going up 2 more cents to 68 cents for first class, but something like this might cost, I don't know, $1 something to mail, depends. This one is a little, got a little 3D bulk to it. It's got something on the inside that feels kind of cool. It says also on this side, what does it say? Again, rapid delivery, urgent letter, American flag. But it's also got all this mumbo jumbo making it seem like, oh, look at that. It's got this unique number, which I'm sure is printed on every single one of these envelopes exactly the same. It's got some signature on it. Oh, it's urgent, it's important, it's this, that, boom, bang, it's addressed to the person. So, man, do you think this thing's going to get opened? That's step one. I mean, if you mailed a plain envelope, you might lose 20, 30, 40% of your audience right there who won't even open the thing. You just go, what's this piece of nothing? The second thing is not only do people open it, but they open it with positive expectancy. Oh, what is this? I got something that's important and urgent, and my name's on it. And clearly the recipient cared about, the sender cared about me enough to invest some money into getting this to me. It costs money to get this special envelope and to put something in here and have it a little heavier than regular, so you're paying a little extra postage and getting this to me. And like, at the very least, I want to see what this person who clearly cares about me, he could have sent me an email, whatever's in there. Could have been just, here's an email with the latest thing I'm selling. And delete, click, goes to the wrong spam folder, this, that, get 300 emails a day. Do you get 300 urgent letters a day? Do you get 300 of any kind of direct mail a day? I mean, come on. So got the old trusty Rhino letter opener out. Rhino, the symbol of the entrepreneur. You see a bunch of rhinos behind me on the wall, and you see them actually all over my office, all over the place. Speaking of the holiday season here and Christmas coming up, and people know that they have no idea what to get me. They know what to get me. Another rhino to add to my collection, and that's probably how it has ballooned to over 1,000 rhinos by now, but I digress. So in here, undoubtedly, is some really cool stuff. Lesson number 1, got to get it opened. And you want to get lesson number 2, bonus, you want to get it opened with excitement. Somebody opening it going, wow, this seems cool. So right away, we see we have about a 16-page sales letter here. That's my guess, with a what's known as a lift letter. So it's a letter on top of the letter. And here is the bulk. Check that out. Oh my goodness, I'm rich. It's an actual 1 ounce fine gold, pure gold bar. Look at that thing. This is genuine, pure, fake, not real gold, but it feels kind of heavy as if it is, because if it if it is, it's not really a question of the buck postage and the 50 cents for the envelope, is it? A piece of gold like this, I'm not a big expert on it, but 1 ounce, what is gold going for an ounce? Thousands of dollars. So not likely that this is real, but it's really cool, and that's what matters. So here is the lift letter, and I will cross out, for just for privacy purposes, my address on here, because not only was it on the outside of the envelope, but very smart, they're using what's known as variable printing. That means that not every single one of these is the same. You can put something different on it. You can put a different name, a different address. You can put some product or service they bought for you in the past. So they might say your a Whirlpool washing machine that you bought on September 18th, 2012 is, now it's reached the time where it's time to get a new one, and we're having a special, blah. So you can put in various information in there, which he's done on the lift letter, and then I would expect not in this one. I would expect, no, it's not. This one, this 16-page, or let's see if it is, sales letter on heavy paper, and it's addressed Dear Online Marketer. So no variable printing in this one. That would make the cost shoot up on this thing. But let's see. We've got 4 11 by 17 pages. So 4 11 by 17 pages, front and back, folded up. So you got 4 sides on each one, and there's 4 pages. This is, in fact, a 16-page sales letter. And we'll take a look at that one. And here's the lift letter, which is telling you to read the sales letter. So it's from the desk. That's why I said they. It is Nick and his fantastic wife, Kate. What a killer couple, power couple, if there ever was one. Dear Steve, as you can see, it's a take on the old Gary Halbert dollar bill letter. So instead of, as you can see, I've attached a dollar bill to this letter for 2 reasons. I've enclosed a fake 1-ounce gold bar. If it wasn't just for the word fake, which they've written in fancy French, saying faux, maybe that's really smart now that I think of it, because maybe some people don't understand what this F-A-U-X. Maybe, they've heard the word faux, meaning like faux leather and faux gold bar and faux... Maybe they're not so sure how to spell it, so they think Faux. Like, is it a Faux gold bar? Is that the name? Is it from Anthony Fauci? Is it a... maybe... I can't believe... No one would believe it's real. But kind of fun to at least think it is with this urgent letter. Why have I done this? Actually, there are 2 reasons. So again, look it up if you want, the Gary Halbert dollar bill letter, world famous forever, and makes money for me and Nick and Kate and everyone else that uses it every time we do. First reason is I have something important to tell you, so I want to make sure this package definitely will catch your attention. And number 2, secondly, since what I'm writing to you about concerns a system that can make you a heck of a lot of extra money for your online business, I thought using a gold bar as a nifty eye catcher was entirely appropriate, especially as you're about to discover how to dig for online gold with an offline shovel. So there, I'm glad they said that, because when you say Dear Online Marketer, that's a pet peeve of mine, as maybe Nick and Kate well know, and plenty of others, and you, if you've followed my podcast, my blog, my magazine, my videos, my articles, my books, anything at all, or you've been to any of my events, you've been one of my clients or students or members or whatever it is, online marketer. Anyone who's an online marketer is crazy. Why would you just cubbyhole yourself and into just marketing online? Makes no sense. Even the biggest online companies, Google, Amazon, Apple, Netflix, well, not Apple, but Netflix, whatever, the biggest, quote, online companies, of course, do all kinds of things offline. They have all kinds of in-person events, and they mail out letters, and they mail out postcards, and they make phone calls, and they do lots of things that aren't simply online. So I like the fact he's saying online marketer, because a lot of people foolishly believe they're an online marketer, but again, only a fool would stick to only online marketing. In fact, here's an example. Nick James, who I think has won multiple Online Marketer of the Year awards all over the place, is not simply marketing online. I have the proof right here in my hand, a physical 16-page sales letter. So I'm not going to go through the whole thing, but I assure you, if I did, you would get an amazing, better than a college marketing education in marketing, just from this sales letter. I can see the multiple means of response on the back with the go to this website, or scan that QR code, take a photo of it, whatever you do, and blah, 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 and then the PS. And so it's all about attending a workshop to be held in January in Orlando, Florida, which is a great, one of the top destinations here in the U.S., thanks to Walt Disney World, and after it all, SeaWorld and everything else got in there. But for events, Orlando's a fantastic place to go, especially in January. Nick's not crazy. Now, I will say, from experience, I don't know if Nick, if he's watching this, or if he's not, or Kate, or whatever, but if they've done this before, I learned a lesson. Hosting events in January, so when I hosted up in Chicago, the issue is, maybe it'll snow and people get stuck. But now I host an event every year, the All-Star Entrepreneur Mastermind, which we host 3 times a year, January, May, and September, 4 months apart. And the January one, there's always a risk, and it happens once in a while, that somebody can't get here just because the weather, where they're coming from, or where their connecting flight was coming from, is late or delayed or canceled or whatever. So even though the event is in spectacular Orlando, Florida, just about a week after, my event, the All-Star Entrepreneur Mastermind, is going to be right here in the Phoenix, Scottsdale area of Arizona. We do run the risk with the winter events that people might get caught up and have travel problems and whatever. But otherwise, got to be a great motivator. Like, hey, if I'm up north, which I was my entire life until about 8 years ago, man, what a all the time would let my beautiful wife, Michelle, know, like, hey, honey, we're heading to an event, and this is a 2-day event. I think it says 2-day event, but 2-day event. But if it was a 3-day event, I always booked a week. And my beautiful wife, Michelle, would travel, and we would hang out for whatever, 4 or 5 days. And then we would go play golf, and we would go out to dinners and do whatever. And then for the 3-4 days of the event, or 2 days, or whatever it was, if I'm speaking at, or sponsoring or attending or whatever it was, she now gets to go do what she wants to do. Go do shopping, go do whatever, while I go to the event. So we always made a week out of it. And I was like, hey, I got an opportunity to speak in Mexico. I got an opportunity to speak in Vegas, speaking in San Diego, in Orlando, Florida, in the middle of January. We are definitely going. So it's a great time to host an event there. Again, there's likely to be some travel issues somewhere, and undoubtedly hosted by Nick and Kate, it's going to be a fantastic event. So gives you the feeling it'll be a fantastic event when they mail out a fantastic package, a direct mail package like this to get you to go. Again, they could have just sent an email or a Facebook post or a social media this or that or whatever. Like, man, clearly they really want people to go. And I'm genuinely going to check it out. Where again, if I would have gotten an email, I'm not checking it out. But now, I'm not saying, another saying, me well. Anyone that knows me knows I'm famous for I live in an and world, not an or world. So I'm not saying only send the direct mail piece, also do the emails, also do all the social media posts, also run all the ads, also make the personal phone calls. Why would you invest the, $5 it takes to mail each one of these out and not make a personal phone call as well to follow up and send a few emails? So of course you're going to do that, and I predict they're going to have a great showing at the event, and undoubtedly will be a great event, because how could it not be? Hosted by a great marketer, Nick and Kate James. And so just a little bit scratching the surface of this piece, but folks, this is how you do direct mail. This is how you get butts in seats at an in-person event. All the time, people contact me for about the last 20 years, like, because I'm well known for putting butts in seats. I've hosted over 700 events for small business owners and entrepreneurs, many of them sold out, standing room only, packed the house over and over and over. I have a client who is the #1 booker of talent in the stand-up comedy world nationwide, by far, like 5 or 6 times larger than the next by volume, by number of events booked by the #2 or #3 booker. And he always packs the house, always a sellout with all of his marketing that he does. So take it from someone who knows how to put butts in seats. This is how you do it. I would hear from people all the time like, oh, Steve, can you help me out? It's only a week to my event. I only got 3 people. Well, a little late now, but like for next time, what'd you do? You chinsed out, right? Do the math. I'll leave you with that. It just starts with that. Whatever Nick's selling at this event, if you think, let's just lowball the whole thing and say 5 out of 100 people will buy it. But he's selling it for, I don't know, $5,000. That's, again, lowballing these numbers like crazy. That's $25,000. So if he's going to get $25,000 and he wants to put those 100 people in the room to make those $25,000 worth of sales, I guess he could spend $100 a piece to put them in the room, and it would still only be $10,000, and he'd make 15. So if he spends $100 to put someone in the room, this thing costs $5. If he spends $5 each mailing. If he mails out 1,000, it's $5,000. If 1 out of 10 of those people shows up, then it costs $50 to get somebody there from this direct mail piece. Any people understanding the math? So it starts with doing the math. Understand how much it's worth to get somebody at the event. If 1 out of 10 people buy, just multiply that times what you're selling at the event, and that's what it's worth to get some butt in the seat. And then it's a no-brainer that it's worth mailing something out that only costs $5 instead of just doing a few emails that people won't read, will delete. And again, it's got to do with the frame of mind as they read an email is, oh yeah, it's another email inviting me to another event, to another thing, blah, 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 blah. This is not just another anything. This is spectacular. It's fun. It's exciting. I gotta, what are they? They bite the gold bar to see if it's real. Anyway, I'll give you a hint. It's not real, but it's exciting. And that's another thing, by the way. You think I'm going to throw this out? Who would throw this out? I'm going to put it right here on my desk, and then every time I look at it, I'm going to think of Nick and Kate James, and then I'm going to say I can't wait for their next social media post, their next email, and when they really want to go all out and do something spectacular, their next fantastic direct mail piece. So kudos to Nick and Kate. Not surprising in any way that they are fantastic marketers, leading by example, which is another point. If they are, which they are, they're talking about the long-lost marketing system. So they're selling marketing advice. Don't you want to take marketing advice from someone who shows you they're a consummate, excellent marketer? Or do you want to take marketing advice from someone that shows you they chintz out and only send emails and they're really a crappy marketer or a so-so marketer or a run-of-the-mill marketer? I'll be kind to people that just send emails. We'll just say they're run-of-the-mill, but they don't stand out in any way. So stand out, do online, do offline, take people from offline to online, from online to offline. Here they're taking people from offline, a physical letter, to online with a directmailworkshop.com/RSVP or the QR code. And now look at all the extra mileage they just got. So I have a feeling that if you go to directmailworkshop.com/RSVP, you might see word for word, maybe including a video, this entire 16-page sales letter. So, or you'll certainly see parts of it. So go check it out if you want. Get to this event if you want. I might see you there. And I will certainly see you back here again tomorrow on Topical Tuesday. That'll do it for today. Thanks for being here, and I'll catch you tomorrow. And I'll catch you every single Monday on Direct Mail Monday, where I teach advertising, marketing, and sales lessons based on actual mail pieces physically that arrived in my mailbox. So I hope you'll catch me every Monday and every day, including tomorrow on Topical Tuesday. Thanks, special big thanks to Nick and to Kate, James, and to everybody watching live or on the replay. And I'll catch you tomorrow. Over and out. Bye-bye.